The Bat Châtillon 25 ton is a French Tier 10 medium tank. The experimental tank was a further development of the AMX-13. The tank underwent trials but never entered mass production, nor saw service. Only 2 vehicles were ever manufactured. In World of Tanks it is a Tier 10 medium autoloader tank, and let's see how it fares in some gameplay. Hello guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks Ace Tanker series, and today we'll be taking a look at the Bat Châtillon 25 ton, so a French Tier 10 autoloader, and driving the Bat Châtillon is Mr. Urke. The map is Mines, and this is how you should drive your Bat Chat on the Mines map. So playing aggressively really here at the beginning, trying to take the hill. He was able to climb up to the hill, but unfortunately he got shot once by the Object 140 from the side, and that's something that you can expect when you're trying to take the hill in the mines. But it is a really important position, so if you are going to just take a one hit, you should go for it and always try and take the hill. So taking the hill from this side means that you can control the middle. As you can see, Mr. Urke is preparing to unload on this Object 140. Unfortunately he gets the upper plate of the Object 140, but he wasn't able to put one there, and he is still waiting here for another shot on the Object 140. Still unfortunate here, didn't hit. The third one hits and he was able to just to track the Object 140. So I believe that was the Object 263 from the enemy team that just punished the small light tank that was trying to run around front of that big tank destroyer, and the GV Tiger P just killed the TVP 5051. So the map is not going well for Mr. Urke's team, and he is the only one left here, so he is the only one who is going to try and defend the map on this side. So yeah, you can see that his team plays really badly here. So his team is trying to take the friendly base, and his team is also trying to take the city, but nobody is trying to stop the medium tanks and the light tanks that are just pushed into the base. And while I was talking about the situation on the map, Mr. Urke was able to unload on that 263. Really a perfect hitter in the Tier 10 tank destroyers, but when you get with the Bat Chat on the side of that tank destroyer, really you can clip him, as you saw there. So Mr. Urke is still trying to contest the hill, still not allowing the enemies to climb up. Even though he is reloading, he is trying to constantly find the shots on the enemy team. A great shot there on T62A by something, I believe it was that was the FV1A3, and now Mr. Urke is in a great position to help the 1A3, but unfortunately just a little bit too late as the enemy shut him down. But that doesn't mean that Mr. Urke is not going to do a great job here. He tracks the T62A. I don't know where the shells are going. The T62A was really lucky there not to get shot on the blind by Mr. Urke. He was doing everything very well here, but unfortunately wasn't able to finish off the medium tank that was spotted there. So yeah, you can see this is something that usually doesn't happen on the mines. You always have one or two tanks on the one line that are trying to defend from the medium push from that side, but as you can see here, their mediums have just done a great job here, and they've pushed through and finished off. Now Mr. Urke is in a little bit of a trouble here. He gets the Bulldog, but he was off reloads here. Unfortunately he got shot down to 735 damage, and yeah, he needs to be slightly careful here. The IS-3 misses, and wow, what are you doing? He goes down in front of the IS-3 to finish him off. So yeah, really ballsy move there. Well, he could have done that because, as you can see, the enemies really didn't intend to push onto the hill. They were trying to push down around the corner. They were trying to push with the mediums on the one line. So all of those tank destroyers and the heavy tanks that are just now pushing up towards the middle, they should have pushed up way back when Bat Châtillon was alone on that position, and they should have pushed and cleared Mr. Urke from the top position, but as you can see, he was able to go down and relocate. Now he's in a pretty nice position here. He's waiting for this E4 to make a mistake, and the E4 makes a mistake here. Fortunately, the first one didn't penetrate, but the second one, the third one misses, and the E4 got away. A lot of misses here. Well, he did everything good. He was going for the shots on the E4. From this position, I believe that the E4 wasn't able to spot him, and even if he was, he just fired, so yeah, no reload for the E4 to finish off the Bat Chât, and he had to go back. Now Bat Chât is once again on the reload. As you know, it's an autoloader, and the reload is, I believe, 38 seconds if you get the full crew. I believe the Vents and the Brothers in Arms gets you to 38.35 seconds. So yeah, just under 40 seconds on reload, and you are going to unload your clip at about 12 seconds, just a little bit about 12 seconds. After the first shot, you can do nearly 2000 damage with the clip, so yeah, beware of the Bat Chât when you are fighting off against it. Now we can see Mr. Urke is playing really aggressively here. He wants to take out that AMX 5100. AMX has the first shot, Mr. Urke puts one. AMX puts the another one in Mr. Urke. I believe that he had a pretty good high roll here to finish off the auto-loading heavy tank on the enemy side, and I believe he was just lucky here for the autoloader not to finish him first. So yeah, the scores were, I believe, 3-5, and they were losing heavily. And the situation at the start of the map, you saw there that the medium tanks have pushed the one line. Basically, when the medium tanks get to the K1, you are going to be wrecked on the middle, but the friendly team didn't have any tanks on the middle, so the mediums had to try and push further and further towards the friendly cap, and then they were in the sights of the Bat Chât. He was able to, so Mr. Urke was able to finish them off from the side, and they had a lot of artillery problems and a lot of tank destroyer problems from the tank destroyers and the artillery that was capping now. What Mr. Urke is doing here, he is trying to find the artillery on the usual places, trying to find the Scorpion that was last spotted on the enemy camping position at A4, and the Scorpion is behind him, and what is this Scorpion doing? He was able to miss the Bat Chât from like 5 meters there. Was it 5 meters? Yeah, it was probably 50, but he missed on the Bat Chât. That would be probably a victory for the enemy team if he was just able to finish off the tier 10 that is now left on 86 HP. I believe that the Scorpion was trying to also ram the Bat Chât when he saw that he missed. I still can't believe that he missed from that close range. Really? Yeah, I believe he was trying to, well, ram the Bat Chât, and he made a mistake there. He cannot ram the Bat Chât. I believe that the Bat Chât is heavier machine and has more armor, even though it sounds crazy. The Bat Chât has more armor than the Scorpion, I know, right? So yeah, Mr. Urke played a really nice game there. He was able to finish off the Scorpion. Really, he was expecting for the Scorpion to pop up on the A4, trying to spot him on the A4, but as you saw there, the Scorpion had some courage and went forward to finish off the Bat Chât in the middle. Now he finds the artillery. 2 easy shots on the artillery. He wasn't really in any rush, and the problem is, one of the problems with the autoloader is when you get the autoloader, sometimes you get to have 2 shells and they're of different type, and you cannot load them into your autoloader. So basically, if he fires this one, he is going to reload the next one for 38.35 seconds, and yeah, that's a bummer. That's something that you should be careful about when driving the Bat Chât, and especially when driving the Bat Chât. You have, I believe it's 30 rounds or 36, and no, I believe it's 30 rounds, so 6 clips, yeah. And you're going to cycle through those clips very quickly, so you have to be careful what you're shooting. No blind shooting probably for you when you're driving the Bat Chat. You should be really careful, as it may happen that you run out of shells, as Mr. Urke just did here. To be fair, it's the end of the game. He has 6 kills, so he did great for himself. But still, if he had these 2 shots in the same clip, he would probably be able to finish off the Bat Chat. It is only a matter of question if the friendly artillery is going to take out this Bat Chat, and for the T-28 prototype to go forward and finish the Bat Chat. But yeah, I don't know. Mr. Urke is asking for the prototype not to kill the artillery. Let's see if he is going to, well, be a friendly and leave the artillery for Mr. Urke. I know why he is asking. He has only 1 shell, so if he finishes off the Bat Chat, he's going to get the Fadins. And the artillery tries to snapshot. He gets the Fadins, 95 on the cap, and that's a GG. And let's take a look at the post-game stats. So really nice gameplay here for Mr. Urke. He got a couple of medals like Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect, a Fadins medal for the last kill with the last shell, High Caliber, Top Gun, and of course the Master Badge Ace Tanker. On team score sheet we can see that he finished first with 6000 damage, 7 kills and 1310 experience. And when you take a look at the rest of the team, you can see that he really carried his team forward, because a lot of them have just 0 damage, 0 kills. On the detailed report we can see that he fired all of his shots, 30 of them, 23 hit the target and 19 penetrated. Really not that great accuracy by his part, and yeah, you can see that when you're driving the Bat Chat with the standard account you can lose some credits, and he lost 20,000, so that's not that great, and that should be something that you should consider. So really nice gameplay here by Mr. Urke. He did everything right, even though his team failed in the tactics department because nobody was going towards the 1 line and they allowed the enemy medium tanks to flank around, even get to the base and shoot at the artillery. That is really poor playing by the team. But at the end everything worked out just fine. Mr. Urke was using his autoloader. He was just a little bit lucky to avoid a shot from the Scorpion there, but nonetheless he had a really nice game besides that. And as we saw in the post-game stats, even though his team failed, he was able to score all of the damage for himself and carry the team forward. As always, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't like the video, you can leave a dislike and leave a comment in the comment section down below what you think about the replay, or do you have the Bat Chat, do you drive it, how do you drive it, and what is your favorite thing about the Bat Chat. As always, if you don't know what to watch next, you can watch the previous video. It is a long talk about the Faceit. I believe it is the longest video on the channel. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, you can do it now. I hope you guys like this one, and I'll see you in the next one.